Hi guys, our topic for today is about slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is one of the equations of the line with the form y is equal to mx plus b, wherein m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Just a quick review, when we say y-intercept, this is the point or the coordinate where the graph crosses the y-axis. That's why, as you can see here, for y-intercept, x is always 0. And for the slope, remember, for the slope, we have m is equal to rise over run. So in our slope here, m is equal to 1/2. Our numerator is the rise and the denominator is the run. So in graphing using slope-intercept form, we always start with the y-intercept and then we have rise of 1. So from the y-intercept, we're going to move 1 unit up. And then since our run is 2, we're going to move 2 units to the right. So 1, 2. And this is the next point. And again, repeating the process of rise over run. From this point, we're going to rise 1 and then run of 2. And then from that, we can make a straight line, and that is the graph. Okay, so for example number 1, we're going to, the direction is write the equation in slope-intercept form, identify the slope and y-intercept, and then graph the equation. Okay, so for number 1, we have 2x plus y is equal to 3. Again, class, we have to make it in the form of slope-intercept form where it's y is equal to mx plus b. In this first example, is this in the form of slope-intercept form? Okay, no, not yet, because as you can see here, 2x is on the left side of the equation. We have to move it to the right. So we have to eliminate 2x. How are we going to eliminate 2x? So again, to eliminate 2x, we have to subtract 2x from both sides of the equation. So 2x minus 2x, this will be cancelled. Bring down y is equal to, we cannot subtract class 3 minus 2x. So we're just going to write here negative 2x. Since the sign of 3 is positive, we're going to write plus 3. Now, this is in the form of slope-intercept form. Now we can determine our m, which is slope, and our b, which is our y-intercept. So again, class, for the m, this is the coefficient of x, which is the number beside the x, which is negative 2. This one, this is the slope, negative 2. And then our y-intercept is the constant, which is positive 3. So again, class, and for our slope, we need numerator and denominator. Since our slope is negative 2, the denominator is implied as 1. So if there's no given denominator, it's always 1. So we know that our numerator is negative 2, which is our rise, over 1 as our run. So class, we start with y-intercept. Since our y-intercept is 3, we can find this at the y-axis. So 3 is here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So again, class, for y-intercept, x is always 0. So we have 0, 3. Now, we're going to use rise over run, which is negative 2 over 1. So from this point, since our rise is negative 2, are we going up or going down? Yes. Since it's negative, we're going down by 2 units. So we have to count 1, 2. Okay, now, since our run is 1, we're going to move 1 unit to the right. So this is the next point. Okay, next, from this point, class, we're going to do the rise over run again. So negative 2, 2 units down, 1, 2, and then our run is 1, move 1 unit to the right. So this is our next point. Okay, so we can connect this points. There you go. Then this line is the graph of the linear equation 2x plus y is equal to 3. Okay, let's try to answer number 2. So for number 2, the given is 3x minus 4y is equal to 12. Again, class, we have to transform this in slope-intercept form wherein y is equal to mx plus b. Again, class, this is not in slope-intercept form yet because we have 3x on the left side of the equation. So in order to eliminate 3x, we have to subtract 3x from both sides of the equation. So 3x minus 3x is 0, so we can just cancel it out. And then bring down negative 4y is equal to, again class, 12 minus 3x, we cannot subtract it. So just write negative 3x. Since the sign of 12 is positive, we're going to use plus 12. Now, this is not in slope-intercept form because we have negative 4 beside y. So in order to eliminate negative 4 beside y, we have to divide all of the terms from left and right sides of the equation by negative 4. Okay, so negative 4 divided by negative 4 is simply 1, or we will just get y. Now, negative 3 divided by negative 4, it's not exactly divisible, but as you can see here, class, negative divided by negative will give us a positive number. So we will have 3/4 x, and then positive 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. Now, this is in the slope-intercept form already, therefore we can determine what is our m and what is our b. Again, class, our m is the slope and that is the coefficient of x. That is the number beside x, which is 3/4. And our b is, or y-intercept, is the constant, which is negative 3. Okay. Again, class, for our slope, this is rise over run. So our rise will be the numerator, which is 3, and our run is the denominator, which is 4. Again, class, in graphing this, since we already found the slope and the y-intercept, we always start with y-intercept. Negative 3. Where is negative 3 in y-axis? So negative 3 can be found here. Negative 3. Hold on. Negative 3. So again, class, since we're talking about y-intercept, x is always 0. Negative 3. Now, from this point, we're going to count 3 up, since that is positive 3. So we're going to count 3. 1, 2, 3. And then since our run is 4, from this, we're going to count 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our next point. Okay? Okay, so repeating the process from this point, 3 units up, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our next point. Okay, so connecting the points, class. So this is the graph of 3x minus 4y is equal to 12. Okay, let's move on to number 3. So the given for number 3 is 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 6. Again, we have to make this in a form y is equal to mx plus b. So here, we have to eliminate 2x here on the left. We have to move it to the right. So we can eliminate 2x by subtracting 2x from both sides of the equation. 2x minus 2x is 0. That will be cancelled. And then bring down 3y is equal to negative 2x. Now, since the sign of 6 is negative, we write negative 6 or minus 6. Now, since we have a coefficient here of 3, we have to divide all of the terms from left and right sides of the equation by 3. Okay? So 3 divided by 3 is simply 1, or just y, is equal to negative 2 divided by 3 is just negative 2/3 x, and then negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Now that this is in slope-intercept form already, we can find the slope, or m, and the y-intercept, which is p. Again, class, for the slope, that is the coefficient of x, or the number beside x, which is negative 2/3 or negative 2/3. And then for the y-intercept, that is the constant, which is negative 2. Okay, so rise over run, our numerator is rise. And our denominator is run. Okay, again, class, we always start with y-intercept, which is negative 2. Where is negative 2? On the y-axis. So we can find negative 2 here. So again, since this is y-intercept, our x is always 0, negative 2. Okay, so since our rise is negative 2, from this point, we're going to move up or down. Okay, yes, down by 2 units, 1, 2. And then our run is 3. Move 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3. So this is our next point. Okay, doing the same process. From this point, 2 units down, 1, 2, and then 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3. So this is our next point. Connecting the points, class, then that is the graph of 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 6. For our last example, we have 2y minus x is equal to 2. Again, class, we have to make this in the form of slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So now, We have to eliminate negative x because it should be on the right side. So how can we eliminate negative x? The opposite is positive x. So we're going to add x to both sides of the equation. The reason is that so we can cancel x here on the left side of the equation. So bring down to y is equal to, again class, 2 plus x, we cannot add them. 2 plus x is not 2x, okay? So, again class, 2 plus x is not 2x. That is wrong. So we cannot combine them. So just write x, and then since the sign of 2 is positive, we're going to write plus 2. Is this the final answer? Not yet, because we have a coefficient of 2 here. So how can we eliminate positive 2 on the left side of y, or on the coefficient of y? So we have to divide both sides and all the terms by 2. Okay? So 2 divided by 2 is simply y. 1y is equal to x divided by 2. As you can see here, class, we don't have a number beside x, but if you don't see any number beside x, it's automatically as 1. So we have 1 over 2x plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, now this is in slope-intercept form already. Therefore, we can determine our m and our y-intercept. Our m is the coefficient of x, or the number beside x, which is 1/2. So we're going to write 1/2 here. And our b is the constant, okay, which is positive 1. Okay, so for our slope, rise over run, our rise is 1, the numerator, divided by the run, which is the denominator. Okay, so in graphing, we always start with y-intercept, which is 1. So where can we find 1 in the y-axis? Okay, very good. It's on top of the x-axis here. We have 1. So what's the coordinate? So again, since we are talking about y-intercept, x is always 0 and then 1. So from this point, what is our rise? We have 1. So from this point, we're going to go up 1 unit, and then run is 2. So we have 1, 2. This is the next point. And then next, again, doing the same step. From this point, our rise is 1. So we go up 1 unit, and our run is 2. We go 2 units to the right. 1, 2. So this is our next point. Last step, just connect these 3 points. Okay. And that is the graph of 2y minus x is equal to 2.